This instruction is on using and inserting references and citations in Word. The way you'll do this is by using Manage Sources. It will open a dialog box that will allow you to create a new citation for each reference or research item that you have. Be sure to keep track of those as you develop your research in Appendix A. You'll use some websites. You probably won't know the author, but you'll know some of these things. And you must enter the year, month, and day accessed and the URL so that you can keep track of those. So I'm going to make this a dummy reference just so I can show you how it works. Let's call this reference 1 just so I can show you how it works. And let's say I put in another one and it's reference 2. And let's go ahead and put in one more, and let's call it reference 3. And I'll show you how this works. So now I have finished my research and I have collected all the information for each of the items in Managed Sources. And by the way, the style that we use is ISO 690 numerical reference, so be sure that's set. Now, I am typing my paper and I find that I have an image that needs to refer to or needs to cite reference 3, for instance. Let's say that's the first one that I use. So I will type a couple of sentences to describe this image that I'm using and why it's important. And then I will need to insert the citation. So you go to Insert Citation and pick reference 3, and notice it numbers it number 1 because it's the first citation in the paper. And let's say I keep typing and later I find something that needs reference 1. So I do that, I type what this image is or the quote, what it's about, and then I insert a citation, and that's reference 1, and notice it numbers it for you. Now, if later you decide, well, this information needs to get moved after the previous information, so you can move it, but notice it does not update those numbers and does not keep those in order. In order to do that, you have to right-click and update that field. So if you start moving stuff around, you have to go back and update each of the reference fields until you're sure they're in order in the paper. And then once you do that, and you've finished your paper, all the references are done, the last thing you do before you turn in the paper is you insert the bibliography. You put your cursor after the end of the body of the paper and before the first appendix, and insert a bibliography. Before you do that, you need to go to Manage Sources, and notice that the ones that you've used are checked. You have to delete that one that is not used so that it will not show up in your bibliography. If you don't delete it, it'll show up in your bibliography, and you don't want that. So you clean that up. Now everything is done. You're ready to insert your bibliography. So you can either insert a bibliography or works cited. It ends up giving you the same information. Now I wanted to show you something over on this example report that I gave you. What you're going to be doing is in the paper you will type a couple of sentences or something to introduce the figure if you're using an image, and you'll mention the figure number, and you'll give the citation. That's where you will insert the citation. Notice that this student, when he did his bibliography, he did not clean up the references. So his bibliography included all of these references that he did not use. So that's not a good thing. So you need to clean that up before you make your bibliography.